Hi, thank you for popping back in to see the rest of this video that I was working on to create that Camino braid. Yeah, did I say that right? Camunio braid. Yeah, okay. Hi, my name is Carol, artist of Onlytrees, and I'm going to walk you through voice to show you what I did to complete this tree, working from the crown up. I hope you'll enjoy this one. All right, let's get started. In the first video, this is how far I got with the Camino braid, with all of my wire tucked inside the braid. It's time to get started on the crown. So I'm taking 3 sets of my loops, yep, my loops, and I want to put all 3 of these braids together, matching up the loops and twisting in between the spaces. Now I just did 2 half turns to get to the next set, make sure they're all matched up, and went back to that set and then twisted it 2 more half turns. So there you go, 2 more half turns, keeping all of the loops matched up. Now getting to the last set, making sure that my loops are all together, and tightening up just one end on that set. Now, find that V where you want to put the branch, splitting up all of those 9 wires and matching up the V's and getting in there into that V nice and tight and twisting. Twisting as far as you can, using your needle nose if you need to. These wires are really short, so I want to make sure that everything is nice and tight so I don't lose the branch that I'm connecting it to. Satisfied with the tightness of that twist, I'm cutting it off. One more twist, just to make sure that that wire is nice and tight, and lining it up with the branch that I want to work on. Now I'm working on the branch, and what I'm doing is separating all of those loops. And when you're working with the wire, you'll see it so much easier, but I'm taking the top loop and then the one that is below it and just opening it all up, because I want to make this branch almost like uniform, so that there is one loop on top of the other, keeping all of my loops on the top of my branch. Getting down to the bottom of this particular branch, you can see much better that I have my loops standing up, and then want to form them so that the loops are, like I said, on top of my branch. Now bringing them back down in uniform. All of the loops are going into one direction. As I'm working back up the branch, you can see that I'm laying all of the loops basically on top of each other, with the bottom one down and then pulling the next one down till you get back up to the top of the branch. Okay, that last loop, pushing it down, and this is the effect that I'm looking for this particular branch. That wasn't too bad. So I continued on all the way, and now I'm on that last set of branches. Each set of loops that I created were 24 inches long, 3 strands in each set. I used peridot, green, and teal 22 gauge wires. A total of 18 feet of wire in each branch that I am twisting together. If you decide to do this loop method on this particular tree, please make sure that your loops are nice and tight. Making sure my spaces are twisted, separating where I want to set up this last branch for this set of loops, getting into that V. Now these end strands of wire that I have meeting up with the copper V where I want to attach the branch are really, really short. And I don't want to lose this branch as it's at the top of the tree. Taking my needle nose pliers and just making sure that that particular branch is twisted in there nice and tight. I'm still not sure if I might lose it when I'm shaping everything. So I'm going to take one of the copper strands that I have before I form this branch, and I'm going to take that copper wire and wrap it all the way down to the end of this particular branch. This will secure, and I will not lose this particular branch that sits on top of this tree. The copper wire that I'm using is the 22 gauge that I'm wrapping all the way down to the end of this branch. And when I'm forming the loops, I know that no one else is going to see it. It'll blend in really nice. Okay. I did form those loops all facing in one direction, and this is what I've got so far. Now, for the clippers. You know, make sure those loops are nice and tight, because now it's time to clip all of those loops. One loop at a time, I go through and I clip it right in the middle of each loop. Okay, I know this could get boring watching me cut all of these loops. Just know that when I formed the branches, it was so much easier to cut because I knew where I was for each branch. So take the time, form your branches, and then cut every single loop. Okay, the loops are now all cut, and I'm using my needle nose pliers and pulling every single strand on every branch, all in one direction. I know this can be boring too, watching somebody split open loops. So you get the idea. Well, that is how I created the crown of this tree. So now what I'm going to show you is what it looks like when it's complete. But before I do, I wanted to tell you I used a cypress knee that was created as a special order for me for this particular piece. It was 2 pieces of cypress with polyurethane on the top and a hole already created for this tree. The hole goes all the way through the wood. That allowed me to drill into the inside of the hole to make sure that the tree has been attached. And then I used flex shot and sand. I used clear and white flex shot, added sand, mixed it up, and then put it into the hole where the root system is for this palm tree. This is the bottom of the base, and this is the flex shot that I used to hide the root systems and to protect the furniture. And this is the base. Thank you so much for popping in, watching this video. Have an awesome day, and we will talk soon.